Getting pregnant.
Pregnancy.
Yeah, pregnancy is pretty important.
Getting pregnant. God won't love me.
What? Getting a girl pregnant?
Getting STDs, I don't know.
Urinary tract infection.
Yup.
STDs, death, pregnancy, death.
The risks of having unprotected sex are high. By the age of 25, 1 in 2 sexually active people will contract an STD. STDs can lead to many health risks, from infertility to death. There is also the risk of pregnancy. About 31% of teens from the age of 15 to 19 had a child in 2011. Half of teen mothers will not receive a high school diploma compared to people who did not get pregnant during their adolescence. These consequences can be prevented if people are more informed about sex.
Wearing a condom.
Yeah, not having unprotected sex, yeah.
Abstinence.
Praying.
Condoms.
Not have sex.
Right. Pull out.
Abstinence. Condoms.
Abortion.
Pulling out.
If you do it in a hot tub, you can't get pregnant or get an STD. Birth control prevents STDs and pregnancy.
Whoever says less or more is wrong. 2 is better than 1.
There are many ways to protect oneself against pregnancies and STDs, but there are also many myths circulating that, when listened to, can lead to consequences. One myth is that if a guy pulls out before ejaculation, then the girl can't get pregnant. However, it is unknown to most that before ejaculation occurs, there is a pre-ejaculation that a boy is unaware of, in which sperm are released, leading to the possibility for a girl to get pregnant. Another common myth is that an STD or pregnancy cannot occur if you have sex in a hot tub. Every time you practice unsafe sex, there is a possibility of contracting an STD or becoming pregnant. Unprotected sex in a hot tub is unsafe sex. There are ways to prevent STDs in pregnancy. Although birth control is a reliable prevention for pregnancy, it cannot prevent the transfer of STDs. The only way to prevent STDs is to use a condom or abstain from sex entirely.
It's like chlamydia, gonorrhea, and herpes, I guess.
You say chlamydia? Okay.
I can look at
I'm gonna go herpes.
herpes. AIDS.
Gonorrhea.
That's the first one you thought of. That's the first one I thought of. AIDS. No. HIV.
I was gonna say
And,
gonorrhea, like HIV. I don't know.
Chlamydia.
HIV. Syphilis. Gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea. Herpes. STD. Oh.
STD.
There's also chlamydia, gonorrhea, urinary tract infections. Not STD. Staph infection isn't sexual, is it?
As we mentioned earlier, STDs are extremely common in the US today. More specifically, bacterial infections such as chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis, as well as viruses like herpes, HPV, and HIV and AIDS, are all STDs seen in the American population. Each is common in its own way. HIV and AIDS, for example, are the #1 killers of African Americans ages 14 to 34. Herpes is seen in 1 in 5 Americans today. Being viruses, both of these are incurable, as well as HPV. While there are treatments for these viruses, if contracted, you will have these viruses for life. While bacterial infections can be cured, chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis still have dire consequences.
I don't know. What happens?
You should go to the doctor.
Get yourself checked out.
Things start to itch.
Death.
You go to hell.
Your life is over. It hurts to pee and you die.
Ouch,
That's
ouch,
the
drip,
truth.
drip.
You give it to other people.
You die a very slow and painful death, and no one loves you.
When one contracts an STD, many different things can happen. For chlamydia and gonorrhea, women display no symptoms, which is dangerous as if gone untreated, it can lead to PIDs. PIDS, pelvic inflammatory disease syndrome, is a complication that occurs in females where the bacteria scars the fallopian tubes, causing permanent damage that can lead to infertility. Men also rarely show symptoms, but when they do, chlamydia will be known when there is a burning while urination, and gonorrhea symptoms are a yellowish discharge from the penis. If these diseases go untreated, men can develop epididymitis, a complication where the bacteria scars the epididymis that may lead to sterility. Syphilis, an infection caused by bacteria, has clearer symptoms. There are several stages. The first is several painless sores on the genitals. These will go away after a few weeks. The next stage is a rash that will show itself on the palms of the hands and feet. The last is the latent stage. There are no symptoms for this stage, and it can last for several years. Its effects are tragic, leading to paralysis, blindness, dementia, and even death. However, if diagnosed early, gonorrhea, syphilis, and chlamydia are all completely curable with antibiotics. Not all STDs are curable, however. Viruses such as HIV, herpes, and genital warts are not curable. HIV, human immunodeficiency virus, is an STD transmitted through semen, vaginal secretions, breast milk, amniotic fluid, and blood. The virus attacks the white blood cells in the immune system, weakening it dramatically. Although with modern medicine HIV can be treated, it cannot be cured. Eventually it will become AIDS, acquired immune deficiency syndrome, when the white blood cell count drops below 200. Genital warts are caused by the human papillomavirus. There are many different strands of this virus, some of which can lead to cervical cancer. The only way to get rid of these warts is to have them frozen off every time there is a breakout. Finally, herpes results in oozing sores and blisters on the genitals, upper thighs, or mouth. Because of these sores, women with herpes cannot have a natural childbirth. All STDs are extremely dangerous. Knowing your status, as well as the status of your partner, is extremely important in order to keep the number of cases of these STDs from rising. There are now home tests that you can do, as well as the more reliable visits to the doctor to know your status before engaging in sexual activity.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know.
I didn't know that.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. No.
I didn't know that.